Michigan Snow Forecast Gold Standard Road to 10,000 subs and followers starts with you, and you can see this developing and now very strong early spring snowstorm getting underway here, and you got thunder and lightning being reported in severe weather south of the warm front with a surface low pressure now just to the northeast of Jonesboro and just to the northwest of Bellsville. I don't know what city that is, and pushing off to the northeast, and it'll be approaching the Evansville, Indiana area in about another hour or two, and it'll progress to the northeast. And you can see the precipitation now is wrapped around tightly onto the north and northwest side from St. Louis, Missouri, to just east now at Jefferson City, Missouri, working its way northeast into Springfield, Missouri, Peoria, Illinois, and the Chicago, just south of the downtown Chicago metropolitan area. And in Bloomington, Illinois, after nearly 1.5 inches of rain, Normal, Illinois, down up there at Rivian, heavy snow has developed now on the northwest side of the deformation band of the troll that is sitting right here. You can see the big hook shape. You got the big circulation streaming out of the south from Lexington to Dayton towards Toledo, and then it starts to pivot and pinwheel to the north and then to the northwest, and then starts to track east, and that's the big hook shape down from St. Louis to Springfield to just south of Chicago, Illinois. That's the trawl side, and that's notorious for 1 to 3 inch per hour snowfall, and that's forecasted to progress northeast through the heart of northern Metro Detroit and northwestern and northern Metro Detroit, Livingston's, Oakland, Macomb, St. Clair, Sanilac, Shiawassee, Genesee, and Lapeer counties are all under the gun to see a 3 to 5 hour period of maybe some thunder and lightning and some thunderstorms as we got this thing tightening up beautifully. And this could be one of these storms that at a 975 millibars, and it's at max potential when it's coming over southeast Michigan. These could be the one, and this could be the one that produces 8 to 10 inches of snow across a large area of the Metro Detroit area from 696 and the I-94 corridors north down 59 to the I-69 corridors. And I'm anticipating this area from Springfield to Peoria to be over southeast Michigan from 5 p.m. Through about 1 a.m. It's going to work its way in. And out ahead of that, in the right front entrance region of this storm, you got the warm, moist, uh, soupy Gulf of Mexico moisture being lifted over top of the warm front. And it's going to start to produce light to moderate snow, maybe mixing in with some rain from the city of Detroit to Ann Arbor south to the Ohio border with a little influence off of Lake Erie. But as you migrate and work your way north to the Battle Creek, to the Benton Harbor, to the northern Detroit metropolitan area, any rain that mixes in as the precipitation starts to be very light and then starts to rapidly intensify as you get the lifting and the rapid dynamic cooling in the upper atmospheres with the wet bulbing effect, you're going to quickly change from, if you're mixing with snow and rain, the heavy snow and big wet flakes that's going to rapidly accumulate on everything this evening. And it's going to help now that most of the heaviest precip's going to happen after sunset, with a stiff east changing to northeast to north to northwest wind after midnight changing to northwest. Gusts to 45, approaching 50 miles an hour from this Interstate 69 corridor south to the Ohio border. That's going to cause scattered numerous power outages because this heavy wet snow is going to be accumulating just like the ice did on trees and power lines on the east facing side with the east wind, and then the northeast facing side of the trees and the power lines. And with the wind gusting and sustained at 25 to 30 miles an hour and gusting near 45 to 50, you're going to get these trees, especially pine trees, sagging, and some of them coming down over top of, unfortunately, the hardest hit areas that had the last two ice storms are going to be heavily impacted by this winter storm. And you could exacerbate power outages that could last several days to maybe a week if you're unfortunate enough to be caught under the heaviest snow and the strongest winds, because this is shaping up and setting up to be a Metro Detroit special. And I'm forecasting a very significant impact with scattered to isolated road closures in the rural areas of I-94, the 69 corridor, the M59 corridors in the rural area, and the I-94 going towards Port Huron and going out towards the west side of the state. I could see scattered road closures, not so much for blowing and drifting, even though there could be some, but for people being stuck in cases of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow, of a wet snow, a heavy snow, compacting snow, and just people getting stuck and roads becoming impassable due to the wet nature of the snow in areas that receive upwards And the isolated localized areas of upwards of a foot of snow will fall tonight in some localized areas. But on the more widespread scale, 6, 7, 8 inches are going to be very common across southeast Michigan, and that's going to cause major problems and major travel impacts as we work our way in towards the midnight hour, and scattered road closures and isolated road closures, and scattered to numerous power outages as we work our way towards the midnight time frame. And more snow is accumulating rapidly on everything. Like, subscribe, and share. More radar updates, live storm reporting from across southern Macomb County, maybe even into Oakland County. And all points maybe are in play in southeast Michigan, as we're going to be on the move and on the road all night this evening, bringing you live shots from across the area. Peace and love.